As artists, we love to receive feedback on our work as we're making it because it can help us to get it to that place where we ultimately want it to be. But it can also be very daunting to do so, right? Because of course we want to hear the adulation, but the notes themselves of what's wrong with it can sometimes be a little overwhelming. And so that's what this episode is aimed at, to kind of wrap your head around it in a slightly different way. And recently, the thought that really popped into my mind was that the quality of your notes is emblematic of the quality of your work. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, if you receive notes that automatically the thing is good. But there's enough to mine there to bring it to that, right? People are engaged in it and want to see it thrive at a level. They see essentially the potential within that work itself. So for me, very recently, I was getting feedback on a script, right? So this was a first draft of a script that I had written, and first draft being a very loose term because, I took some shortcuts. I knew, for example, let's say there was an action scene or there was a montage scene and stuff like that. I would literally write, they fight, they train, as just a placeholder, knowing that it was very insufficient. But I knew overall, my goal was just to get a clear picture of what the story is, who the characters are, and so forth. As for me, as well as for them, they've been involved from the log line all the way to this process. And, we were doing a note session for pretty much like 5 hours, give or take. And that can be a lot, right? And at a certain point, let's say into hour 3 or 4, you're starting to think like, is there anything good about this place? But of course, the fact that they're this heavily involved in the process throughout, and certainly even just, someone gives you like 5 hours worth of like note sessions and is that engaged the way these people were, then yes, it shows that you're on the right track because they are that invested in it, right? Not only are they thinking of notes and things like that, they're thinking of solutions and so forth, right? So you can tell the quality of what you have based on that level of engagement. Now, if someone's just kind of giving broad strokes of, I didn't understand the ending, or it just felt like it needed to be more exciting and things like that, then it's more of a reflection of like, okay, they might not be that into it, and what you have isn't necessarily of, maybe merit on this one, so you might have to rethink, or, in that case, if it's an idea that you truly want to pursue, something about it needs to be reworked and reshaped to bring it to that level. So, yeah, just some food for thought is that when there is stuff to go after, because there's a lot of potential there, it will engage people, and you can tell that. And as I look back at sort of my life and any of the feedback that I've gotten, people have ultimately been engaged in it. And yes, some of it you could say, well, they're your friends and things like that. Yeah, but we all need our friends to do so. And certainly, the fact that like a lot of times the quality of the notes that I'm getting, right, is a reflection of the quality of the writing as well. Because as I said, it's not just surface level notes. It's really well thought out notes of understanding, the characters, saying, there's a plot hole here, this might not make sense, whatever it is, right? Like the quality of notes that I'm getting are very high, therefore the work itself is high in spite of all the things that still need to be changed. So just for some perspective, I thought that might help you in your journey. So thank you so much. I would love to hear your thoughts on this idea. Please comment down below or hit me up on social media. And also, if you have differing perspectives or, other things to think about, share those as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and hope to see you next time.